into a set?
No.
Alright, so this is game one. This is game one. We're just gonna be watching off of Nairo's stream really quick while we try to figure some stuff out, guys. But this is game one. In fact, we got Ganondorf. Obviously, I told you, Rod. I told you he was gonna be going Ganon.
No, you were most definitely correct.
So now we got Ganon fighting off against obviously Ike. Now this is gonna be kind of just a slug match. It's probably gonna end really quick. Great edge guard coming from Ryuga. You know, obviously you're gonna be able to go for neutral B on the edge of the stage, especially in the likes of like Ganondorf is not gonna be able to try to like re-grab onto the ledge because of that.
Yeah, this is one of those few matchups, if I may say so myself, where Ike kind of gets a little taste of his own medicine typically and historically. You know, Ike is usually a character that can kind of clean his plate really quick, but now he's faced up against a tall order. Now, the thing that makes Nairo's Ganondorf so crazy is that because Nairo's played Meta Knight all those years and played ZSS all those years, his movement and his reads were just phenomenal. Those were two very set-up and very trap-based characters. You apply that to a character like Ganondorf, you're asking for trouble on the sticks.
Yeah, most definitely. And now, you know, you got Ryuga out here trying to get these neutral airs of a very, like, huge combo starter for Ike. And you notice he goes for the Aether right on the edge of the stage because it gives him a little mix-up, right? He can either try to follow up into the air and land down on the ground, or maybe back up to the ledge behind him in order to try to mix up where he's going to land. It makes it a little bit safer on the ledge, and it racks up a ton of damage, so I get why he would want to go for it.
That's right. I really appreciate what Ryuga's doing right there. So just a moment ago, we've seen him take the stock off the ledge with the Retching. Really good option, as always, for characters with quote-unquote poor recoveries. But in this case, he stood right up underneath the platform with his back to the ledge. That way, if, you know, Nairo decided to roll off the ledge, he'd have something covered. That if he'd try to jump high off the ledge and go to the top platform, he could either hit him with the up air, which would have been enough to KO, or possibly a back air. But regardless of that conversion right there, he's doing really good right now. 106%, obviously showing no signs of stopping down. Oh my goodness.
As you say that though, we got the tech read coming in from Nairo and managed to get that side B into the dash attack, catching the roll. If you'll notice in the look on Nairo's face, like he's actually taking this incredibly seriously. Like this matters to him. If you watch any of like Nairo's streams, he's usually like having fun, joking around while playing, but now he's like in serious Ganon mode, and this is far from over. But he's got to be careful. If he gets caught by a neutral air or a down tilt from Ike, it's gonna spell the end.
That's right. Nice stuff, crossing him up the short hop forwarder, pushing Ryuga off stage. Now, this is an awkward position here for Ryuga to be in.
Oh no!
Him either to go to the ledge or he has to try to recover high. Oh my goodness.
Did he just try to catch him jumping on the ledge with that up B, the hug of love? He really wanted it.
Ain't no love in that
attack.
Hug.
Oh my god, fantastic DI coming from Nairo, gets back onto the stage, 140%. Very dangerous, good catch from Ryuga. He's not going to be able to get too much off of the grab except for just more established stage control. But wait a second, good recovery from Nairo. He managed to go from below the eruption.
Oh my goodness, now I like that. The falling up there is a very tricky option, but the dash attack is enough to close it out. We'll take those.
The thing is, like, Ryuga himself landed a dash attack on Nairo just moments earlier, and we thought that maybe it was going to kill him, but because Nairo was able to, you know, hold on, get that DI correctly, get back onto the stage, he's managed to clutch it out with the dash attack himself. Again, both these characters, like, can kill you at absurd percents, and as long as the stocks are tied, you are never safe, Rod.
No, you most certainly aren't. You know, one thing that I would really like to see in the next game, you know, from Ryuga, versus Nairo, I would like to see a little bit more off-stage play. Like, you know, he did make it hard for Nairo to come back. He used eruption. You know, he did things like trying to cover his options off the ledge, like most specifically standing under the platform. So that way, if he decided to jump high, he could hit him with up air, he could hit him with back air, whatever. But the fact that Ike can just forward air Ganondorf to oblivion off stage, or even something as simplistic as a nair, you know, you take Ganondorf's jump away, he's pretty much toast at that point. So there's a lot of adjustments that, you know, could have been made there for both of those two competitors. And again, like we said, you know, players are probably going to go secondaries. You have to take into consideration online lag and so on and so forth. We've heard the story 1,000 times, but there was just a few adjustments I feel like could have been made. But regardless, phenomenal job to both players, man, as we kick off this stream today.
And what's actually good about the online in this regards is that because this is an invitational, you're able to invite 12 selected players that, you know, typically they have good online, they are using wired, like we're enforcing that so that we can have like the most solid connection possible, because when you play with friends in online, it's a lot easier to deal with than say jumping into quick play and fighting against Jopla who's on Wi-Fi and then there's just lag everywhere. So it can still be competitive, just not like at obviously the same level as offline. And as you can tell from Nairo himself, he was taking that super seriously, that very Very close game one. I'm shocked at like how this tournament started. I think we went to the right tournament, the right set to start this off, man. Nairo versus Ryuga. I knew it was going to be a blast.
Yes, two fan favorites. You know, obviously, you know, Ryuga doing very good work, obviously, throughout the Midwest, and obviously, you know, taking his work to the coast as well too. And I think Nairo just being nationally recognized. People know the type of characters they play. People know what those two type of competitors bring to the table, and so. If that one didn't get the stream chat going, I don't know what the hell will, because those two, man, it doesn't get much more explosive than that sometimes, you know what I mean?
And it was funny that you mentioned the whole double jump catch, right, from Nairo. The fact that he couldn't get back to the stage because he lost his jump. It's a valuable resource for someone who doesn't have a free recovery back to the stage, such as like Inkling or Palutena, who can just instantly get it to the ledge without too much worry. But with the likes of Ganon or Ike, it can sometimes be a little bit tougher. So we're going to jump right back into it. And I love that he decides to go back to Smashville. This is a stage that benefits both of these players because it's so small. You can't escape from your opponent, Rod.
No, you can't. And, you know, one thing that Ryuga really has on his side here is platform extensions for his combos. You know, the fact that platform exists where it does means that he can go for another follow-up after his, you know, designated follow-up that he would typically get out of a throw or out of an air. So that's something to take into consideration. Also taking into consideration being on the ledge a little bit too long and just being too close for comfort versus Ganondorf boots there, man. Those boots have claimed the lives of many. Yeah,
it's extremely scary to deal with. And you notice that from both players, they're both trying to mix up when they commit to their up B and when they go for the recovery. You saw him try to fade away because Ryuga was looking for that forward air, manages to catch it regardless, and goes back to the stage. Managed to go that first stock from Nairo.
Oh my goodness, and immediately taking 47, 57 and counting percent off of just one misplaced dash attack. Not even a missed dash attack. You know, he obviously had X marks the spot in his mind, but the fact that it just wasn't able to connect, Ryuga was able to outspace him ever so slightly, man. This is not looking good right here for my man Nairo. Dash attack, though, keeps him off his feet.
You said notice him going for the neutral. That was an option select, honestly. You saw him go off stage with the neutral to catch it in case he wants to go for the quick draw early, but then he had it covered in case he went for it late. You saw him go to the edge of the stage, catch the up B, and get the kill from that regardless.
That's right. Certainly. Oh my god.
What?
No way.
Wizards just went middle of the stage, catches it. What was he at? Like 39%? Is he dead? He died.
He died, man. He is no longer with us. Oh, okay, snatch the ledge once more. The short hop back here again. That seems to be his covers option as always. And then a little early on the trigger there with the eruption. Hope that doesn't cost him dearly. Oh, Nairo's been doing so good and not being edge guarded, man. He knows the perfect time to time his jump into his up special to just completely evade Ryuga.
But great edge guarding coming out from Ryuga, catches the Wizard's foot, running off stage with a forward air. We got ourselves a one-stock match. You saw him immediately going for a neutral air at a shield. He was hoping that Ryuga was going to stall out his third hit of jab. Managed to not get caught by that, and now he's like they're just kind of playing spacing game right now until we finally get some neutral air action, leading to some big combos. Good drift away from Nairo to avoid the follow-up on that dash attack, but now he's off stage again at 98%, gonna have to try to wait this out. Every single time, Nairo is waiting. He's trying to mix up Ryuga's, like maybe the third time I'll go early, but he just keeps mixing him up. That up smash on that platform?
This man is a nut. And I honestly think that dash attack at the ledge there just oh, no way. Oh,
he got him out of Aether with that side B.
Oh, okay.
And he caught him. That time we're not going to go for eruption, right? He just went for the safe down air onto the stage.
That was definitely the better of the two options. I think he wasn't trusting his ledge play as much because of maybe the online thing, you know, was kind of getting to him. It looked like there just a moment ago. He went for dash attack at the ledge after kind of taking Nairo from one end of the stage to another with his combo, but I felt like it was supposed to be a runoff fair or like a runoff aerial. Like, and that happens to the best of us, or I guess in my case, the worst of us. Like, you know, you try to run off stage to finish the combo, you dash attack the ledge, and then it allows your opponent to come back free, basically. So with that in mind, Ryuga just kind of tightened up a little bit towards the tail, and he was able to close that with that spike there.
Yeah, so that, you know, Ryuga taking away game 2 in this best 3 of 5 set. In this race to 3, you know, it's going to be 1-1, but now he's got the counter pick here. I'm not sure if he's going to switch characters. I think Ganondorf is working out for him. I think this is a pretty solid matchup for him. It's just a matter of just trying to, like, stay on the stage and create his dominance, because the second Nairo gets a hit, the second Ganondorf gets a hit, I feel like Ryuga's life's in danger. Remember that one time he landed an up air and it landed into a Wizard's foot that killed him at like 40%? It's something you're gonna have to respect.
Yes, I certainly agree. There's a lot of avenues between both these two characters. especially in an online format that they're going to have to respect. They're going to have to understand that there's going to be a few instances where they might have dropped the conversion, or that maybe a combo didn't quite work out in their favor just because, you know, maybe, you know, you just didn't press a button in time. But I just think, you know, online or not, you know, they played pretty, like, you know, pretty tournament ready. That was something that you would see fresh out of a Suplex City, or fresh out of a Collision, or a Frostbite, whatever it is you decide to go to. But we have a character switch right here. Now, we talked about the possibility of him not using Palutena and going all Ganondorf, but we're seeing the Palutena come out here, man.
Yeah, honestly, it's a pretty solid pick because, you know, the Ganon, he wasn't feeling comfortable with him. Palutena does have a ways with the online. I know John Numbers actually picked up Palutena specifically for that online tournament at Nintendo, just in case there was lag, but the lag is a little bit better in this regards, so we'll see what he does. This is the character that won him Suplex City. This is the character that got him first place over the weekend. However, there wasn't really any Ikes, the likes of like Ryuga they had to deal with, and neutral air can be a devastating move to deal with, but, you know, and sometimes lag might mess up. You saw him try to turn that around with the Explosive Flame.
That's right. Yeah, I think, you know, Explosive Flame could be a really good deterrent for keeping a character like Ike out. You know, Ike is a character that's really going to try to mix up his way in. As you see right there, goes for the Waveland backwards to try to avoid the Explosive Flame. Ryuga knows the dangers of being hit by too many of those on stage, and especially off stage as well, too. But the ledge right here from Ryuga is certainly not stopping. I love how he's trying to condition him up there.
Yeah, Ryuga's doing a fantastic job of just dancing around Nairo's shield. You know, see him crossing him over with the neutral air, but the second he misses that tech on that platform, Nairo finds an opening, connects the back air, and takes away the first stock from Ryuga.
That's right. Okay, using the auto reticle there, trying to keep him at bay. I like, you know, this is a bit of a shift in tone, a shift in pacing here from Nairo. You know, originally we were seeing the Ganondorf just kind of go ham up close and personal. We get it. That's why we love Nairo. He goes ham. But don't get it twisted, though. Nairo can also slow things down and play the long game if push comes to shove. That's like what we're seeing here, man. Slow and steady wins the race. Double nair right into the up air, man. Some tried and true Palutena stuff.
Yeah, I see him nice outspacing of that dash attack, you know, playing extremely safe with the back air. Palutena's back air is like one of the safest tools on an opponent's shield because, like, you're just gonna have to respect it. There's no way for you to try to catch her as long as she spaces it somewhat correctly.
That's right. Certainly a move that you have to respect.
There we go. I mean, honestly, that was a pretty unsafe dash attack coming out from Ryuga, and Nairo easily catches him with a shield grab, tries to go for the spike, almost got caught. That's kind of dangerous to go for, right? If you see the likes of Ike or Crom go for an up B in that point in time, if you don't get the spike correctly, sometimes it can drag you into a death, and that almost spelled doom for him.
Alrighty. Oh, nice. Okay. Once more, you know, really getting a lot of... Oh, wow. Okay, hold on a second. Let's pause it. Man, that was actually a really good option right there because he knows that there's going to be a few instances where Ryuga's going to have to try to recover high. He can't always go for the ledge and go for Aether. Sometimes he's going to have to use quick draw, especially if you might feel like there's an instance where he could be taken out of a jump. And right now, Nairo just playing this ledge game so good, using auto reticle to keep him in place out there. And if auto reticle doesn't work, using Explosive Flame as well too, man. This is really great option coverage coming out here by Nairo.
I felt like he just killed him on the ledge trap to the right, and he's still on that ledge on his next stock. Now, he just can't seem to escape all this pressure that Nairo is establishing against him. Looks like the Palutena definitely coming out in full force. Already has Ryuga at 114%.
No!
One back arrow away from dying. That platform put him in a very precarious position, but he manages to get back into the stage safe and sound.
Okay, eating another forward air for his troubles, and there's that backer you talked about from Palutena just a moment ago. Coming out there, stuffing his momentum. Explosive Flame is going to be the key to victory right there in that game, man. Nairo playing it very well.
And that was so interesting because they didn't give us the zoom in at the end, so we didn't know the Explosive Flame maybe he could have DI'd it better. We don't really know. But the thing is, he threw out the Explosive Flame on the stage because he knew that Ryuga was going to double jump into it. And even if he didn't know, he's just throwing it out there because he can. It's a safe option for the Palutena to just throw that out there that the opponent has to respect. Explosive Flame's a great tool at eating double jumps. It's good at eating just your resources like air dodges because you have to respect it. Because if you get hit by it, it's going to do damage, it's going to push you back off stage, and it will kill you.
That's right. And, you know, history has shown, you know, as great as Ryuga is as a player, you know, there are a couple glaring weaknesses that Ike has. And like you talked about, it catches air dodges, but there could also be an instance where it might force Ryuga to have to directionally air dodge. If he directionally air dodges to the stage, he's going to get hit with an attack. If he air dodges directionally away, you know, he's probably not going to have enough drift, enough gas left in the tank to get back to the ledge after something like that too. So there's a lot to take into consideration off stage. No, but there were a couple things I did really like that Ryuga did there in that last game as well too. You know, he boxed really well up close. He got, you know, good damage online when he was able to get in. He just really struggled, especially with auto reticle in the neutral. That was enough to kind of put a little bit of fear, maybe not Ganondorf fear into Ryuga, but fear nonetheless, and it made him a little hesitant on deciding to approach.
Well, auto reticle is one of those projectiles that if you just shoot off at someone with that doesn't have like a free recovery back onto the stage, such as Ike, it can just kill them. Like, you can actually kill someone with auto reticle off stage because it ate their double jump, or it pushes them far enough from the ledge that they can't re-grab back onto it. And again, it's another safe tool. Palutena can easily just stay on the stage, throw a projectile. She doesn't have to commit to trying to go off stage if she doesn't want to.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Is there a character swap going on here? I see Ryuga. So what character do you think he might be pulling out, Rob?
You know, it's really hard to say. You know, I've only ever known this gentleman to play, you know, Ike. But then, you know, there was a point I remember in Smash 4, he was playing Corrin. Now, Corrin, not quite what the character used to be, but, you know, if we rewind the Battle of BC just a week or two ago, you know, there was a really, really strong Corrin out there, too, that I believe played against the Zodiac, either in top 8 or the road to top 8. So the character can still do some greatness, but it looks like he's going to switch over to the other Fire Emblem representative. You know, Ike, like we said before, that's just what he knows best at this point.
Yeah, honestly, I think you just wanted to swap off the stage, bring it over to Pokemon Stadium 2. Now, Pokemon Stadium 2, a fantastic stage for Palutena, even though it's Ryuga's counter pick. As we're seeing right off the bat, already 45 damage put on him, and he's off stage. But I can also grant some benefits from it. It allows him to be able to catch quick draw off of the platforms. It allows him to be able to cancel off of that. Neutral airs can combo a lot easier, and he can extend even with the placement of the platforms of PS2.
That's right. And right now, man, Nairo really getting the most for his money here on the right side of the stage, not allowing Ryuga to recover and get back to the stage for free, man. And this is really good. You know, when you play against a character like Ike, you need to know where to stand and where to be in accordance to the stage versus the platforms. And he knows how far away to stay from these platforms where he's not being punished, but he knows that he can stay just to maybe get slightly closer to get his combos going right now. But good evasion right there by my man Ryuga. Gets off the ledge. Let's see what he's about to turn this into.
And he was trying to quick draw right underneath the explosive flame, managed to catch on the ledge, and finds himself back on center stage. Now, Nairo's at kill percent right now. If he manages to go off stage and catch a back air, try to set him up with a down tilt or a neutral air, that could spell Nairo's death.
That's right. Okay, Nairo certainly knocking on death's door here to say the absolute least. The forward air off the ledge to give himself some coverage, and I love the spot dodge in place there to avoid the grab. He's been eating a lot of damage just off of grabs, and he knows that now he can't afford to eat anymore. Oh!
Fantastic spot dodge coming out from Ryuga. You saw him going for the grab, managed to just go with this fastest option that would lead into a death and up tilt. And Explosive Flame gonna give him that kill. You saw him going for the neutral get up on the stage. It's such a long-lasting hitbox that it's like the most optimal move to go for if they go for neutral get up on the ledge.
That's right. You know, you have to be spaced proficiently for Explosive Flame to catch you right at the ledge. That's just not a move that you can just toss out willy-nilly. There was certainly some precision behind that. You know, and that was actually really smart, too, to catch the neutral get up as opposed to a roll. I anticipated a roll just because he probably wouldn't have wanted to get hit with the projectile there, but maybe he has something else in mind.
More neutral airs coming out from Ryuga, again, trying to rack up as much damage as he can. He's already got him at 106%. At this point, he just wants to get yet another down tilt, another neutral air, could possibly lead into an up air. But on the same token, we see him going for a lot of dash attacks too, which have the ability to kill. I like that auto reticle. It actually hit him out of the eruption, so he was not able to get killed by that. I mean, it's a very smart option. That's why he went for it again. It kind of prevents Ryuga from playing the ledge game that he wants to play, because eruption is such a powerful tool.
That's right. Eruption is very scary at the ledge. I mean, and now we talked about it versus Ganondorf with characters with poor recoveries, but hell, even characters with good recoveries like Palutena, they have to respect it all the same. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that was smart. The empty hop right into the forward tilt, trying to bait him in, and it wasn't the forward tilt that took the stock. It was the up tilt that time, man. Only 100% online. Certainly not the worst position to be in the world, but he's definitely seen better, man. And now we're going to play the slow once more.
They caught him in the middle of that jump, man. It was just a really good anti-air tool, and now he's playing the spacing game, going with the forward airs, trying to keep Nairo away from this little zone that he's trying to establish on top of him. You see him narrowly avoid that auto reticle by going for the dash attack into a jab.
Yeah, that's how you gotta play against Palutena. That's how you have to play against her, man. You see her using auto reticle, you see her using explosive flame. It's a move to keep you out, but there is a timing window where you can get in between it, especially with explosive flame. And the minute you get in between her and explosive flame, she's gonna take a lot of unnecessary percent, man.
And I don't know how many times Ryuga has crossed him up now with the neutral air and just leads into some free back airs. That back throw is going to be able to get the kill. Not yet. 148% avoids the explosive flame by going down below. But Nairo's going to play patient, wait on the ledge, wait for yet another neutral get up from Ryuga. He's going to get the grab into a back throw kill.
And I understand it, going for a neutral get up versus possibly a roll. Most opponents are expecting a roll, and then of course jumping is probably the riskiest of the three, because especially a character with really good aerials that are good for pushing you off stage like Palutena, something he probably doesn't want to deal with. His grab game and his situational awareness of knowing what time and when he's going to get up off the ledge is what's really helping Nairo throughout the set, but it's not quite helping him here in this match, because my man Ryuga has the lead here, 52%, and now it is him playing the spacing game, not being as aggressive as what we've seen in some of the matches prior.
And the problem is they're kind of tied in terms of percent. He's trying to bring it back, but hold on a second. Trying to get that forward air. He's playing around him. Good survival DI coming out from Nairo. Manages to get to the corner. Avoids the eruption. Going for the teleport to get center stage. Is now sitting at 150%. This grab, good mash out coming out from Nairo. Managed to survive yet another day.
That's right, man, because he knows how dangerous it is. Just one tilt, and that could be all it's going to take here to get it closed out here. Nice. The forward air conversions through the platform, stopping him from approaching high. That's some smart stuff. He's trying to keep him pinned down in the corner.
Ryuga just needs one straight forward. That's why he keeps spacing it out like that. But there he goes. Punishes the whiff grab. Not the safest option to go for. Catches the back air, and we have ourselves a Game 5 situation. This first round of Swiss pools.
I talked about it before, Austin. I felt like this match was going to go all 5 games. These competitors have the skill and the talent to 3-0 their opponents? Absolutely. But these are two juggernauts meeting here, which is crazy to think about. This is a competitive tournament, money on the line, people are in bracket, and we got players like Ryuga and Nairo kicking off the stream. We don't see that very often, you know what I'm saying? We get the pools, and then we get the top 32, and then we get the top 8 where these guys will probably cross paths. But right here, man, they're kicking things off, man. So there's just a lot on the line here between both these two competitors.
In the middle of the day, on a Tuesday, no less, we're getting something like this. This is something that, the Smash community needs. Just these high-octane sets that people can watch while they're, at their day job, and they're just kind of watching on the side while they work for stuff. This is exactly, the type of thing that I'd love to see. And you can tell, even though it is an online tournament, even though it's not, there's a lot of factors that can make it from seeming competitive, you can damn sure tell that they're trying to win.
That's right. And to add to that, it's just all about perspective between both these two players. You talked about when Nairo, when we first kicked the stream off, Nairo's typical stream, persona, as opposed to how he is when he's actually playing a bracket. We didn't see a lot of smiling. We didn't see a lot of laughing. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he is suit and tying this event. This is all business for him. And I'm sure the same could be said for Ryuga, even though we can't really see what he has going on his end of the spectrum. But I'm sure that both these two players right now are just zeroed in on trying to make sure that they can move to the next part of this Swiss event with relative ease.
Man, if only Nairo was actually wearing a suit, though. I know he has one. I know he has one in his closet. I've seen it.
Everybody owns a nice suit somewhere, man. I just got to find mine. It's probably collecting dust.
Oh, no. You can't do that, Rod. Weren't we supposed to wear suit, boys? We're going to be wearing suits the next tournament we go to, right? Pound or something?
I mean, if you want to blazer it up, I'll meet you in the middle. We can blazer and turtleneck, or blazer and dress shirt. I don't know if I can do the full suit and tie, though. But if you want to get snazzy, bro, like how we used to at DreamHack, we can do that.
Dude, I'm just going to wear, a wife beater. How about that?
All right, if you wear a wife beater, I'll wear a denim jacket with no shirt underneath it. We can be just two lost members of Color Me Bad if you want. We could be two R&B singers from the 90s. What you want to do, Austin?
We'll be degenerates. It'll be fine. We'll just jump on the mic. It'll be a fantastic time. But here we go. Let's go back to this set. We're going to jump into this Game 5. Nairo's thinking about what stage he wants to go to. I'm pretty sure Ryuga's going to be sticking with the Ike, honestly. I don't see him switching to any other character, especially after getting a win. But it's all about what stage Nairo wants to take him to. I think Pokemon Stadium 2, although it could be a great stage for Palutena, didn't manage him to get him to win the previous game.
Yes, I think there's some advantages that both of those two characters get. What I will say, though, is that what I noticed in the last 2 games with Ryuga, and everybody kind of suffers from this, you're trying to run and shield approach and you accidentally roll. In some of those first games, I would see him try to run up and shield and he would actually roll backwards, and now his back is to Palutena. He doesn't have a button quick enough to keep Palutena out as opposed to what he would have if he was facing her. But in that game, he was much more precise on his approaches, better shield approaches, You know, we didn't see, I see obviously any parries or anything like that. I don't expect to see a lot of that happening in online play, at least not in this current state of Smash Ultimate. But, you know, his approaches were much better. He boxed a lot better as well, too. A lot of 1-2 jab, down tilt, a lot of safe, some very good stuff to the point. So, unfortunately, you know, it all comes down to this, though. Game number 5, we got Nairo, we got Ryuga here. Let's see what we're going to get.
Now, here we go, Town and City for the final game. Honestly, a pretty stellar stage. You know, he's got these platforms, helping with the teleport cancels, as well as getting rid of the platforms for half the time. For it makes up the how well Ryuga can get back to the stage, whether he's going to go for the platform, go for the stage, or for the ledge. At least one of those options for Nairo to try to capitalize by keeping him off stage, because that's how Nairo won his past 2 games. Did you see that forward smash? Hold on a second, he's trying to go ham on him.
He most certainly has to directly air dodge, and I was smart to directly air dodge at the time he did, because I don't know if he would have had enough to get back to the ledge had he waited just a second or a frame longer. Okay, once more, the good ledge play, though, coming out here from Nairo. Couldn't catch with the auto reticle, and then the quick draw allows Ryuga access back onto the stage, and here he is pushing advantage. I love it.
And throwing out that auto reticle from a distance, just in case Ryuga wanted to commit to that jump. You know, it's a very smart option for him to go for whenever you see someone trying to be airborne, especially the likes of Ike, who gets so much mileage off of jumping into the air, committing to that jump. You know, the neutral airs once again.
Oh no, he did not!
That was so sick from Nairo. You saw him jump onto the platform, wait for Ryuga to commit to an option. He went for a roll because he felt a little scared of, thought he was going to commit to a button immediately. Nairo just played patient, committed to the short hop back air, and has got that first kill.
Exactly, man. It's slow and steady, certainly going to win the race here versus a character just as aggressive and as powerful as Ike. You know, it's a character that sometimes you just have to let him swing. Sometimes you just can't go blow for blow with him. Sometimes doing nothing and waiting for him is the better option as opposed to trying to trade buttons with him.
And again, we got that forward air coming from a distance, pushing him off stage. Now trying to dance around Ike. That explosive flame is actually what sealed his death. He was hoping Ryuga would just be like an inch backwards, but unfortunately he avoided it and was able to capitalize on how much lag is after the explosive flame. Got the freest dash attack and brings us to a 2-stock situation.
Here we are. You're back as an opponent. Nice. Couldn't catch him out of a jump, though. I like that up tilt into a grab conversion. See, the great thing about this stage here for both these two characters that they do really, really good at punishing players who are out of a jump. A lot of Ike's kill options are going to come off the top. The same can be said for Palutena, too. So the minute those platforms disappear, they're playing the floor as lava every time.
There we go. Fantastic. He just sets him up with a throw into a back air, gets him the kill. 1 stock away from getting this win against Ryuga and giving himself the well-deserved point that he needs to get into this top 8 bracket later on.
Okay,
honestly, we've been seeing that a lot from Ryuga. Oh my gosh. He goes for the Aether off of neutral getup every single time. That's the equivalent of like a wake-up DP, honestly, if you think about it.
Yeah, it most definitely is, man. He's definitely showing his FGC roots, if I may say so myself. And maybe that's what we were trying to see from him in some of the last games. You know, maybe he wanted to do neutral get up off the ledge and then go for Aether as opposed to just neutral get up into nothing. And because Nairo was able to time his positioning a little bit better, it's what kind of caused him to take a lot of percent here. But right now, he's taking a lot of percent, and this could be something that, you know, could spell out not great here for my man Ryuga. Okay, the turnaround forward tilt, man, he's still in this.
Honestly, Ryuga is instilling fear in me. Maybe not in Nairo, but he's doing it in me. You saw him go for that up smash, hoping Nairo was going to like roll into it or dash. And whenever you see Ike just go for an up smash or just smash attacks of any kind, you know you can die. Like Nairo's at death percent to that.
That's right.
It's going to be insanely scary.
Oh, a little too overzealous with the grab, but Nairo not quite on the money here with these explosive flames like what we've seen before. And then again, like I talked about, platform extensions. Because these platforms are here, they can help aid a lot of what Ryuga's trying to do. Oh my. And
Nairo is just trying to get center stage, but you see all the momentum in Ryuga's favor. Gets the grab, not gonna be able to... Oh, he manages to connect the back air and gets the kill. Nairo clutching out that victory, 3-2 at 82% on his final stock. That was literally last hit situation in the final game. And Nairo clutches. And we're not even in bracket yet, right? We're not even in bracket.